Good morning, and my name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and I'm coming on live with you this morning to do a little bit of crafting. We're going to do a bit of Christmas crafting this morning. So let me just quickly introduce myself a little more. So this is my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk, and that's where you'll find all things Love-a-Duckie. You'll find links to my shop, my blog posts. You'll find links to classes and downloads and all of those sorts of things over on my website. So that's my hub where you can find out all about joining my team and all sorts of things. Morning, Lisa. And if you're looking for me anywhere on social media, then do check out Love-a-Duckie. So whether that's Facebook or YouTube or Pinterest or Instagram or any of those places, hunt out Love-a-Duckie and hopefully you should find me, and do go and follow, like, share all of those places as well. It's lovely to have lots of people part of our community. So a few things just to make you aware of that are coming up. We've got some upcoming classes. So these are sort of spread over the next couple of months. I'll try and replace them as we sort of do this month's class, replace them with next month. So we have a one sheet wonder coming up at the end of October, where we will be creating our own 12 by 12 sheet, cutting it up and using it to create a bundle of Christmas cards, so always good fun. November will see us having a mega stamp stack. So instead of making 6 cards, we'll make 10, and we're going to use the spruced up bundle for that. So do come and join us for that, or you can have that as a kit to go. And we've got a Saturday Samples class, an all-day class at the beginning of November, November the 5th. That's going to have a Christmas theme, and it's going to be here just outside of Wellingborough in Great Doddington. So if you are local to the Northamptonshire area and would like to come and join us for a day of Christmas crafting, then do sign up for that. It would be lovely to have you. And there are various options. You can just come and do the class, or you can choose to add some of the stamp sets bundles to your class as well, so that you've got those to take away with you. Few more classes coming up. We've done the daytime version of the Family and Friends Stamper Stack. There is an option to come and do it as an evening version, not this week, but next week, next Tuesday evening. So you could come and join me for the evening version of the Family and Friends Stamper Stack. And if you would like that kit in the post, let me know, because if I'm cutting for an evening class, I can cut a few extra to send out in the post as well. That's no problem. Our next kit class, and these are not necessarily kits that you go away and do. You can come and do the class with me, or you can have it as a kit. It is a kit in that you get a stack of paper, you get ribbon, embellishments, you get all of the cardstock and things that you need to create 5 beautiful projects, and then there will be some left over for you to carry on creating. So you get more than you need for the class. You get a kit to carry on playing. So you can come and join me for the next one, which is going to be the Sun Prints, using the Sun Prints bundle. There's beautiful papers as well that go with this bundle, this suite. Just gorgeous. That's coming up in November, in just a few weeks' time. And then right at the beginning of December, we have our next games night, and that will be a festive games night. So do join and sign up to come and join us via Zoom on Friday, December the 2nd at 7 p.m. I nearly said 10 p.m. then, but no, it's 7 p.m. It costs £10 a ticket, and that money goes towards all the new prizes, new Stampin' Up goodies that you can win as prizes. And just the last thing to highlight, because it's well worth highlighting, is if you join the Stampin' Up family at the moment, you get a starter kit plus, and the plus is extra money to spend on your starter kit. So at a normal starter kit, you pay £99 and you get to choose £130 worth of product. But during the month of October, during this starter kit plus promotion, you can choose £154 worth of product. and if you are in Europe, it will be €207 worth of product. So that's sort of the equivalent of a good size stamp set on top of what would be the normal starter kit promotion. So yeah, a good bargain. So if you've got a big wish list, that's always the way to go. And as always, if you have any questions about any of these things, don't hesitate to reach out and ask, and I will be only too happy to help you. Right, so let's have a little look at what Christmassy things we're going to be playing with today. So let me bring in my downward facing camera, and here I have got the Snowman Magic bundle. Let me just move this across. You can see here, this is all the little bits in the stamp set. There's a die set that goes with it to create that bundle. And as always with the bundle, if you buy the stamp set and the dies together, you do get a 10% discount on this bundle. You can see you've got all these cute little snowmen. She's got a snow lady with her string, her necklace, and her, well, I don't know, is it a sun hat? Who knows? Got bobble hats, top hats, arms, scarves, necklaces, faces. There's a little rabbit. There's a little bird in there somewhere. You've got these cute little trees that you can see at the top there. So it's a really sweet little stamp set to play with. And this frame here is also one of the dies. You just flick to the back. I can't remember what the sample is in the back. There we are. You've got a few of those trees there in that sample in a few different colours, and you can see that frame that's been cut out. There's a little bird sitting in the tree. So a really cute little bundle, and obviously you can use elements of this for all sorts of things. This little tag's quite sweet just here. So we'll have a bit of Snowman Magic, I think, today. A quick slurp of water. All of that talking gives me a dry throat. Right, so there we have the Snowman Magic stamp set. And as you can see, you've got your basic snowman here. You've got some little bits of sort of snowy, hillocky bits. I love this. It's the most magical time of the year. I love that sentiment. You've got a few others sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Thanks, Snow Much. I love you, Snow Much. Filled with warm and wonderful memories. Thinking of you this season. But filled with warm and wonderful memories would be great for a scrapbook page, wouldn't it? And as you can see, you've got a couple of faces there. This one's got his eyes closed, this one open. You've got a carrot, obviously. You've got buttons and things for down the fronts of snowmen. You've got strings of pearls, sunglasses if you happen to be somewhere, morning Bonnie, that is hot for your snowman. And you've got bobble hats and scarves, different hats, the rabbit, the bird, twiggy arms, some holly and hearts and stars, these lovely trees down here. So lots of lovely elements to build up some snowy scenes. And then with the dies, say you've got these lovely trees, and you can see that none of this has been used. I have a gorgeous frame just here. You've got a little face. Can you see that little face just there that you can cut out? Snowflakes, carrots, arms, various arms. So these arms will cut out the stamped images. These will just cut out some arms. And you've got a little bow there to cut out your bow tie. You've got your hats and your birds and your rabbits and your hearts and your stars. So a real set to really have a play with. This really is Christmas playing at its best, isn't it? Morning, Janet. Right, so I've got a few bits of card out here. I've grabbed some Bermuda Bay and some Coastal Cabana. I've also grabbed a piece of the Speciality Vellum. This is just beautiful, this vellum. And you've got the sort of flocked, some sheets that are flocked and some sheets that have got a holographic foiling on. Let's just page 40 in the catalogue. Let's flick to that. can't remember how good a picture you have in here. So you've got these sheets, so they're 12 by 12 sheets, and you get 6 sheets, 2 each of 3 designs. But one of the designs is holographic and one of them is flocked. So you've got 2 different big snowflake designs, one little dotty snowflake design like this, but you've got a sheet that's flocked and a sheet that's holographic, and they're just really beautiful for adding in little elements in the background. So we've got, say, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, and we've got some flocked vellum there. That's not all we should be using, but that will get us going. And we have some, obviously, some basic white, because we may well need that as well. So let's think. I think I'm going to go with a Bermuda Bay card base. I always think sort of these Bermuda Bay Coastal Cabana combo is quite nice for snowy sorts of cards. I'll turn that round and score that. So it's a piece of A4 cut in half, scored in half. There we go. As I say, we've got some Coastal Cabana here, so I'm going to cut this at 14.4. So if you're doing this in imperial, that would be 5 1/4. I'm going to cut it at 10 that way, and that would be 4 inches if you're doing this in imperial. And we'll have that sitting on the top just there. Now I'm going to take my frame die here. Now this die, as you can see, that does not have a cutting edge around here. The cutting edge is this bit here. So this frame is going to cut, that's going to cut that frame into that cardstock. It's not going to cut a complete frame out. I haven't tested it, but I'm sure you could probably, you can either trim around it if you did just want a small frame, or I'm not sure whether any of the rectangular dies would work with it. I've not tried them. That's this. So I'm running this through the machine. Oh, let's try and make it straight. I'll just select my rectangles as well. Yes, you see, that would work quite well on there. You could use your stitch rectangle to cut an outer frame if you wanted to. And a slightly bigger one if you wanted a slightly deeper outer frame. Or if you don't just want to trim it with your trimmer, that is an option. But let us ease this centerpiece out of here like that. Get my take a pick tool. My take a pick tool is never very far away. It's like one of the, like an extra pair of hands. You just can't. I heard somebody describe it once as a magic wand. I think that's a good description. So there we have that. Beautiful. It's really lovely, isn't it? It's just right. It's not too many snowflakes. It's not over the top. You could just have a sentiment in the middle there and not much else. Just really lovely. Now I am going to cut a piece of basic white. I'm going to make this 13.9 by 9.5. So again, if you were doing that imperial, it would be 5 inches by 3 3/4. I don't always remember or able to do the imperial conversions off the top of my head, but those first 3 mats I normally can. We'll have that sitting under there because I'm going to put some vellum under there, but I want it to be white behind it and not blue. So let's take some of our vellum, and I think again we'll go let's make this 9 by 13.4. Let's see if I can work that out. That would be 3.5 by 4 3/4. He says confidently. Well, we will stick that on there in a minute, and this on the top there. So you can see you've got that beautiful snowy effect then. Oh, glue. 1 moment. I'm working on my other desk, so my glue had wandered. So with vellum, one of the things you have to be careful of is that the adhesive is visible quite often, but we don't have to worry in this case because it's going to be hidden. This adhesive bit is going to be hidden behind our frame. We're just going to put some glue around those edges, pop that onto our white. That bit of vellum seemed to have curled up a bit as it's been stored, but actually again that won't matter very much because that won't be seen. So let's now attach that white mat to our Bermuda Bay, and then our Coastal Cabana mat will come on the top like that. Got a nice lot of texture on there and nice feely. It's quite fluffy, that little flocking on that snowflake vellum. That's rather cute. I think I'm going to stick this down flat because I think then we'll add in snowman on the top. Press that down. Cute. Okay. So as you can see, as yet, completely unused Virgin Snowmen stamps. Just going to bring in my big block to sit these pieces on as we build them up. So I think we'll have that snowman. Do we want to go bobble hat or top hat? I think I might go bobble hat. I think I might have a scarf. Face. I think we'll have the one with open eyes. We've got a bobble hat, a scarf. I think I'm just going to use the die cut arms rather than stamp them and die cut. I'm just going to have die cut arms. The little carrot is incorporated in that one just there. Do we want anything else? We will see. We're obviously going to want sentiments. Let's have sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Let's see how we go from there. Now, die-wise, I'm going to bring out the snowflake one just in case I want a couple more snowflakes in the background there in Coastal Cabana. We could cut those out of this little bit that's come out of the middle. We're going to want our snowman outer to cut that, and our bobble hat and our scarf. And I'm going to use the little arm dies. Right. Bring in this little tray just here. Just pop those in there for now. Bring out our blocks. Right. So the snowman. Let's pick him up on there, and we'll stamp him in Memento. Let's bring in our little face. Oh, that's stuck to that. Let's try that once more. A new stamp must have had some extra sticky on it. Let's just stamp that off a couple of times and make sure that it's behaving. That's better. Oh no, still got a little blob on there. Let's go third time a charm. Will only annoy us. That's better. Perfect. It's always worth stamping. That's very wonky as well. Always worth stamping your new stamps off first before you attempt to use them. There we go. We'll ignore those two. Those are in the process of melting. We'll play with this one. Right, let's put that little face back on there. Let's come in with this scarf. And we have this scarf in Bermuda Bay. We've used that in the background on our for our card base. And then his bobble hat, I think we'll have light of navy. And let's go, what colour shall we have for the sentiment? Might go night of navy for that as well. Sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Let's cut those bits off. And we also want some, what should we have? Soft suede for the arms. Let's just find a little bit of soft suede. In fact, that piece will be perfect. Let's cut off that. We've cut a branch for it. So some soft suede for the arms and potentially a few more snowflakes. We'll see. I'm going to bring in my mini machine for this one. Let's move some of these bits to one side. So I don't know how you're all doing with creating your Christmas cards. But it'd be interesting to know if anybody has this stamp set and have you been playing with it. I actually was lucky enough. I attended a demonstrator training event run by one of our UK demos, and I was lucky enough to win this set in the draw. When it arrived, I thought, actually, that is very cute. It is very cute. And that frame is just going to be so useful. Run those through there. A little snowman just off to the top with his bobble hat and his scarf. Bring in this soft suede. These are the sort of dyes that you have to be particularly careful with. They're the ones that so easily go walkabout, as can the little stamps. Let's just release those little arms. So cute. And then I think we will just have, where have you gone? A couple of little snowflakes. Oh, I'd overlooked it a little bit, Lisa, too. But now that I've got it, so, oh yes, that's cute. Really nice for children's cards. I'm not sure that probably it would depend on how old. If you've got sort of older teenagers or teenagers, you could perhaps let them loose with all these little dies. You could die cut lots of little pieces, hats and snowflakes and arms and carrots, and allow sort of smaller children to have fun sticking them together. Right, let's pop that little bit of Coastal Cabana to one side in case we want it for something. And let's just move that out of the way. Let's bring in a little my card front. And then do we want that? Or shall we have him sitting over the top? Might have him sitting over the top actually. Bring in some dimensions. Before I do that, just grab my pumpkin pie. This is the dark blend. Let's colour in his nose. And let's bring in, might want some mini dimensionals. Put one towards the top of his hat that I can stick his hat on there. Add a little squiggle of glue to his scarf. Arms. Just going to put make sure that's sticking down. I'm not going to put glue on the other end. I'm just going to put glue on that one end. I'd like them to be curling up a little bit. And the other arm. So that coming down there like that. Cute. There's our little sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Where would we like that to go? Across there, let's bring back in that little bit of coastal cabana. Can we make ourselves a mat for that? I think we can. Waste not, want not. Have that coming across there. And we want a few extra snowflakes. Oh, like that, I think. What do you think? Let's have a little double of glue there. We'll have a little double just there. And where are you? And one just there. There's a bit of a press down. There, how cute is he? So sending wishes for a cool Christmas. He's very sweet. So there's one. We'll use some of those stamps and some of those dies and what have you. Right, the other one. Just looking for my rest of my piece of basic white. Where did that go? Disappeared. How do I manage to do that? How do I manage to make things just disappear? I've got every other colour but. Oh well, let's cut ourselves another piece of basic white, and then that half a sheet will come to light, I'm sure. And I'm just going to cut this in half for now. And in half again. I'm actually going to, with this piece, just a second before I move on, I am just going to cut an insert for that Bermuda Bay card. You'll need to find something to just stamp on that or add to that. I don't think it wants to be a snowman necessarily. I'll just take some of the trees and stamp those, I think, in Bermuda Bay. Sorry, dipping back to the other card. Just let's finish that while we're at it. We'll just stamp some little trees in there and add that to the inside. And that job's a good one on that one. Okay, let's pop that to one side again. And let's go back to, where were we? Where were we? That's our piece of basic white cardstock. And I'm going to take some balmy blue, some starry sky, and some orchid oasis. I'm going to do a bit of blending, I think. Just have a rub onto my paper and take off any excess ink on there. I'm going to come in with balmy blue first, I think. And I'm going to make myself a bit of a background piece that we can then play around with. And I'm just going all over this background, twirling one way and the other, adding a bit more in. Seems to be. I wonder if there's a bit of a something bobbly underneath there. That is. I can feel a bobble somewhere. Yes. There. Oh, no wonder. I could just see that it was leaving like white patches. Something was stopping it being flat. Not that it will matter particularly in this in this card, but that was a bit of a princess and a pea moment. I'm just building this up. Okay, let's give that a bit of a rub. I'm then going to come in with some Orchid Oasis. Working that round. Build that up. And to leave the balmy blue showing in the centre. And then, last but not least, let's come in with some Starry Sky. And we're just going to bring that round the edge. built that up with different layers of colour. I do want to add a bit of texture in the top there. I'm going to take a spritzer, spritz some water in my hand and do a bit of doubling over the top. I'm going to go the other way. Let's take some Starry Sky. Actually, probably just going to add a bit of, that's while I've got my spritzer out, add some water to there. And let's flick some darker pieces in the background there. Hi, Jane. So we've got some colour come out, some colour go in. Let's just put, and we flick a little bit of Winker Stella in the background there as well. May just add in a few little spots of Winker Stella. That won't necessarily show up ever so well in this light, but it will sparkle when it's dry and it's in the Winker Stella always seems to show up really well when you're when it's sort of night time, when you've got the lights on. I always think that's when it shows at its best. Right, so we've had a bit of a play with our background, and you can, carry on playing with backgrounds and get them to do all sorts of things. And somewhere and this is where it does get difficult to see. I have got, here it is, I've just spotted it. No, I haven't. I got myself a piece of window sheet out. Now, where are you, window sheet? Aha, there you are. That's the thing with window sheet. It completely disappears into the never to be seen again. Let's just turn that or move that out of the way for now. And let's take, I'm going to take this, and I think I'm actually going to trim it down a little bit. I'm going to make it 10. That's a bit wet. That's fine. We'll work with that. I'm going to make it 14.4. I don't think we've got any wet on there. No. And I'm going to cut my window sheet to 14.4. then I want to cut this into strips. I'm going to bring in my little guillotine just because it is a little bit damp, and that will work a little bit better on that. So let's make these let's go 2 centimetre strips, I think, for now. So I'm just going to cut that off at 10 to start with. And cut my 5 centimetre strips. And this one at 2. And then let's take this one. Let's cut it to 4. It's a little thin bit up there. And these at 2. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my window sheet, and we're going to stick these across here. I think that goes in there, that's better. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. I moved them. While I wiggle with these, one moment, excuse me. About like that, I think. Okay. Let's come in with a centerpiece to start with. I'm going to bring these to one side so I know that I can line it up in the center. Let's pick up my white glue. I'll have that come somewhere across the center. And we want to leave a little bit of a gap between them. And let's come upwards. And then last but by no means least, We have our strips on our acetate. Hello, Jane. I'm going to come in with the largest layering circle. I'm going to cut that somewhere out of the middle there. So I'll take that across to my large stamping cutting emboss. Run it backwards and forwards, so hopefully that will have cut that out of there. Oh, I'm going to stick that bit back on. It's wiggled. Bottom bit hasn't quite released. Let's just take our snips and cut that round. Almost looks like the earth, doesn't it? So we are going to use that bit. Morning, Gillian. But this bit is still there for another occasion, to use on another card. We most certainly will not be just throwing that away. That'd be beautiful with something in the centre there. So I'm just going to pop that to one side for now, but we're going to be using this bit just here. I've got white card base that I've already cut. I'm going to take what actually I might take is stitched rectangle, just to give it a little bit of something round the edge. Apologies, battering you. Not the largest. Let's come down one. Let's have that one, I think. And let's cut that from some basic lights. We'll have that sitting on there. We'll have this on here, and then let's have some a snowman. I think I will actually stamp this snowman in Starry Sky this time. Let's try that once more with feeling, shall we? Anybody guess what I did there? Oh no, I hadn't. I just must have pressed far too hard. It's obviously a very inky ink pad. I thought I'd actually put the snowman on back to front. but I hadn't. It was just a very inky pad and I'd gone a bit mad. Let's have a top hat for this one, shall we? With a rendition of I'm putting on my top hat, tying up my white tie. Give him a Orchid Oasis hat. I think we'll have a bow tie for this one. I'm going to stamp it straight onto the snowman. We'll have that in Orchid Oasis as well. We'll have a few little dots down his front. Let's go back to Starry Sky for those. You obviously want a face. I might stick with the one with open eyes. I think we want our snowman. No, let's be different. Let's have the other one. Let's show them both off so we can see what they both look like. Let's find the other face. Here it is. You can be a snowman in quiet meditation. I am going to do that in Memento just because I want to colour in his nose and if we do it in Starry Sky, it potentially might bleed. So we've got a little snowman with his closed eyes. I'm also going to do a little rabbit, and I think we'll have a little bird as well. So we'll have an Orchid Oasis bird. A little blue bird on my shoulder, and the rabbit, I will stamp the outline of that one in balmy blue, I think. Cute little rabbit. Let's just snip that off and then we can cut these bits out. We've got our snowman out already. Let's go back to our dies and let's find a rabbit and a bird and a top hat. I think we might have to do the top hat on another run, just because it's not going to fit in there very easily. bird, a rabbit, snowman, and then we need a hat. And I think we should give him some arms. Where's that little bit of soft suede gone? Let's find those. 1 and 2. Here he comes. Hat. And arms. And then the other thing that we need is a little greeting. I think we're going to go with I love you so much. And we'll do that in Starry Sky as well. Enough, yes. This is such an inky ink pad, but there we are, we managed it. Put that up for now. I might well touch it down a bit more, but let's bring this in on here. Don't lose his arms. Very aware that I've got very inky fingers. Right, let's bring this in on here. So white on white there. And we need our dimensionals. Where have they gone? There they are. Buried them under my mini Stampin' Cut. And we'll put some behind the strips. We'll have one in the middle there. So that's floating. Floating on there. Then let's do some arranging. Where would we like him to go? Yeah, it's about there. I'm going to put some more dimensionals on the back of him. He's perhaps raising him up a little bit too high, but let's live dangerously. I think it would be quite nice to have him floating above the floating strips. Again, I'll put a dimensional at the top of the hat. Set that on a bit of a jaunty angle. I'll put a dimensional behind the rabbit's bottom, put a bit of glue at the front. Let's take the backing off there. And have the little rabbit there. Let's come in with arms. Just a spot of glue on the end of the arm. Now, shall we have the little bird in his hand? It's quite cute, isn't it? That's it. I want that little finger. So he looks as if he's holding him. Let's have I love you. I think we'll have snow and much as two different words coming down here. I love you snow much. I think this needs a bit of glue on it. It's wiggling about, and that won't do. Then I think if I can find them, I'll just come in with a couple of little sequins. Let's have a look. We have these sort of holographic-y ones. Cute. Right, so let's have a little spot just there. And a little spot just there. And a little spot just there. Sit. Okay, let's pop the lid on those so that they don't go all over the place. So there we have a floating strips card where we've created our own background. And we have a little snowman with the frame and that flocked vellum in the background there. So cute, two cute little cards, and obviously we've got this whole other floating frame that we're going to be able to use for another project somewhere else. So all good fun. Move that dimensional back out of the way. That's not the sort of snow look that we want. So Snowman Wishes, Snowman Magic is very magical, and the snowman dies that go with it. So a gorgeous little bundle, great fun. Very pleased I've got it in my little collection. Yeah, and really one that you can let your imagination run riot with. So I hope that you have enjoyed those two little cards. Let's come back up here. I think I need to go and wash my hands now. But lovely to have you join me this morning on this Monday morning. I should, all being well, be back on Friday. I do have an all-day retreat on Saturday. So as long as things are something like in, order and going to plan, which haven't been up till now, I shall be here on Friday morning. So I look forward to seeing you then, and have a great week, everybody. So don't hesitate to get in touch if you have any questions or anything. See you all soon.